Okie dokie. So I just stated that, we haven't brought a lot of campy maps, a lot of closed maps to the content to the channel recently. And usually when I'm looking through these closed maps, I don't pick them because the Civ matchup doesn't really excite me. I feel like for Arena and Hideout, any map that you can consider fast castly, there's some civilizations that are very interesting, very good at that, and other civilizations are a little bit blah. And if you know me, I don't like blah. Like, for example, do I show one cow? No, I show two cows. Look at that. I don't know what's going on there. So in this one, we've got Loey the Legends, obviously. We've got Benjamin in the teal playing as the Bohemians, a civ that is very solid on this map and has a lot of cool bonuses to talk about. And then on the other side, we've got Tron playing as the Cumans. This is a civilization that could build 2 TCs in Feudal Age. And so with that, that is what makes this interesting. That immediately stands out to me. I'm hoping that Red understands that bonus. Keep in mind, we are at 730 ELO, so they might know bonuses and not be able to execute them. But I guess we'll find out. So again, Tron playing as the Cumans in the east of the map. In the west of the map, we've got Benjamin playing as the Bohemians. Benjamin, for some reason, is placing the lumber camp right here. Normally, any feudal age strategy like archers or towers or anything isn't too successful on Arena. But if you do this, your villagers are a little exposed. But maybe, I don't know, maybe Ben's like thinking chop these trees and give me more space for farms later. Anyways, maps aren't something we should talk about too much. You've got 1 stone and 2 golds inside the map for both players. I guess if red were to be castle dropped or something right here, then it would be pretty unfortunate for red, but the opponent doesn't know where the resources are located in there. Man, like I talk about my cats a lot with my content, so I guess this probably isn't a surprise to you. So we were gone for 5 days, all right? And our one cat, our big boy, our 5-year-old cat, he is a very needy cat. Very needy individual. Always needs his pets, needs his play, and then he needs more of it all the time. And so I talked about how my girlfriend's working more in the office now. And so if I'm in here, he will sit outside the door and scream at me. Like, moo! Just like scream at me because he wants attention. And it got really bad last week because he was used to her being home at least. And for whatever reason, he doesn't like pester her when she's in the computer. When he's with me, he's like doing everything bad he can in this office. So long story short, he was going crazy last week. Really wanted attention from me all the time. And then we went away for 4 or 5 days for a friend's wedding. And it has been so bad the last 2 days. He's down the hall and it's echoing, man. He's going crazy. And I feel bad because he's a cute cat. I love him to death, but like if I let him in here, he instantly starts to do everything bad, so I have to go give attention to him. He'll start chewing on stuff and like smacking the back of my microphone because my microphone's on this like long arm, and he'll think that's a toy and bam, bam, bam. It's just anyway, so I'm essentially venting to you that I've got a distraction right now, so hopefully my commentary is still decent. Speaking of decent, I feel like their economies have been fairly decent here. Look at Red, even pushing into deer there. Overall, it's pretty good. I like how Red's got the lumber camp. You know how I always talk about that. Does have a bit more TC idle time than Benjamin on the other side. We'll see if Benjamin's going to get the boar timing right, because right now, the sheep's about to run out. There's a boar here, and there's a boar here. And Ben says, we go to the berries with everyone. Okay. So there will be a lot of bumping at the berries. All the villagers want to go to the same bush. And this is, oh God, I don't even know if Capture Age picks up on this. Worker efficiency last minute. Okay, Capture Age is able to pick up on this. 53%, 52% worker efficiency, 51% worker efficiency. All because of this, but I mean, you do have some rare players sometimes that do not take boars. Oh, okay, now never mind. They all went to the berries together, and now they all go to the boar together. All right. Ben really likes to work in groups over here. Meanwhile, I mean, both players have forgotten houses at some stages. But, you know, it's still pretty solid, and we've got a second lumber camp here for Tron. Again, I'm not thinking that if Tron does go for the second TC in Feudal Age, it's going to be the most efficient situation possible. Tron is still trying to learn to push in deer. And here we go. All right. The most important thing when you're pushing in deer is that the rest of your eco is also working. And that, of course, takes practice. The deer's going to go 1 over. But there you go. That works. The sheep's even joining the party. And red has clicked up to Feudal Age after this. So we'll have the wood to be able to make a second town center. We'll see if that's actually the choice. Meanwhile, over here, this group of villagers have finished the boar. And now they're all back over to berries. I think Ben kind of wants to go feudal, but doesn't have the resources to go feudal. And, uh-oh, I saw Ben's scout was here earlier. And red is sending a villager to the middle. Another thing that humans can do is go for a siege workshop in Feudal Age and go for rams. But I never see anyone do that. And guys, I think the big reason, actually, let me ask you, viewers, why do you think we don't see anyone go for Feudal Age rams with cumins? Give me your theory. Is red going to follow in here? No, red does not. It's a good job from both players there. I think if you were to accidentally follow your opponent in there, you could lose the scout to the TC or to villagers with the enemy scout. Anyways, there's a reason why I don't think you see rams a lot. Someone says expensive. Yes, basically, but there's a more specific reason why it's expensive. Because there's a prerequisite. Someone says too busy booming. No. Okay, Knotville's can take them out. It's because you need a blacksmith before a siege workshop in this game. That's with every civ, by the way. That's not just the cumins. I've always found that to be quite weird, but check it out. This player knows it. We've got the barracks, and now we've got a blacksmith. So I don't think this blacksmith is to get upgrades, honestly. I think this blacksmith is because you need a blacksmith before a siege workshop. So think about the cost of that. So whoever said it's too expensive is spot on. So it's 150 wood for a blacksmith. It's 200 wood for a siege workshop. And that's before you talk about the, what is it, like 160 wood for a ram plus the gold cost. So I think at a competitive level, you would see the siege workshop with cumins in Feudal Age more if you didn't need the blacksmith first. But this is crazy, dang. It's always nice when I don't bring up a bonus and then the players know that bonus. And I can't talk about every single bonus that exists for civs because I'll talk till I'm blue in the face. But I just try and talk about the more relevant ones. Okay, so it was expensive, like we said. We are actually seeing forging come in. The gold isn't there for a ram yet. Meanwhile, here's Benjamin. And Benjamin is working his way towards the Castle Age. And was confident enough to bring the scout out here. But now red's going to attack it. But important moment in this game, guys. Will that scout spot anything in the middle before dying? To me, it looks like no. Just spotting the house wouldn't really tell me it's going to be a siege push. Now, cumin scouts run, what is it, like 5% faster in feudal? Anyways, they're just like a hair faster. So red might actually follow in here this time. And wow, that villager actually blocks the scout. Scout goes down. Villagers were angry. Scout runs around now. And now this is perfect for red. Because red can be like, yo, where's your stuff? What can I ram down? Also, that's a weak villager. Could easily kill that villager. The big problem I've seen with Ben's play is just balance. Like, Ben loves to have that large group working on the same thing all the time. And I appreciate teamwork. That's a cool thing to see. But that has been an issue for Ben. Like, this deer was killed but doesn't have anyone working on it right now. Okay, red has made one ram. Red is making so many men-at-arms. If red can take out the Castle Age TC, this will be epic. I mean, that would end the game, right? His opponent has no military. Okay, there's a market now. I'm not sure why the market's needed just yet for red. Guys, red has been spending a lot of resources on this production. Only 24 villagers. But has tons of men-at-arms and has 2 rams now. It is unlikely that red will be able to take this TC out before Castle Age comes in. It would take long enough to get through the walls. Also, important thing to bring up is that the walls become stronger in Castle Age. So it used to be 900 HP in Feudal. They made a change recently to have it be 1080 in Feudal. Just to make walls a little bit stronger, but it's a costly strategy here for red, but I love it. I just want to see it work. Come on, let's go. Okay, lots of farming eco right now for Benjamin. Things are looking better now. The wood upgrade's in, the farm upgrade's in, the food eco will be there. This might be a very valuable area. Some players will delete their back walls. This might be a really important area to have for Teal. Teal just doesn't know it yet. And wow, okay, here comes red. So red puts 4 men-at-arms in each ram. You can tell that red is just not satisfied until all the rams are full. So we're going to have, again, this is full. Now this is 1 men-at-arm away from being full. Okay, here we go. Now, I like to do this. I like to go to the defender's point of view. This is Teal's point of view. Teal's like, oh my god, I've played so much Arena recently. It's so relaxing. It's so much less aggressive than those other maps. And then suddenly the attack bell comes in. And here come the Rams. And you could tell, like, Benjamin's like, wait, what? The villagers were pulled this way. They're going to make a barracks there to block it. Now, that's really creative. That's really smart thinking, but you kind of need to produce stuff as well. And at the end of the day, the Rams are designed to take out buildings, right? So that barracks is probably going to go down just as fast as the gate did. Benjamin is in Castle Age and has no clue on how to stop this. Now, I'm going to tell you how you stop this. You make Siege Workshop, and you make some siege, and you hope for the best. But it's like, it's hit him so fast that Teal needed to make something immediately, and even then it would have been awkward. Also could make a second TC, try and run away. I'm not sure what is that? Why are you dropping a town center in the gap where... That's crazy. Okay, anyways, here come the Rams. Here come the men-at-arms. What I mentioned earlier is it's actually very convenient, will possibly save Benjamin to have not deleted the back walls, because now you can escape. Hopefully. There they go. These villagers are going to escape as well. The new town center choice. Not the smartest decision ever in Benjamin's life. Benjamin correctly assessed that the town center was going to go down, but I'm not sure about building it there. And okay, it gets deleted. And so these villagers are hiding in the corner. These villagers are also hiding in the corner. Red noticed it, though, because of the scout. And Red's like, oh my god, I am a god, and is probably loving life right now. Like, this is the type of stuff that that will excite people to no end. And look at this town center from Teal. Teal drops the TC in the very corner of the map. It's the safest TC you could really place, honestly. And now these villagers are going to have to make a run for it. But I don't know, like, you almost don't want to alert your opponent as to where you are right now. Right? I think you need to try and save some of these villagers towards the middle. But if you run this way, this is telling Red where you are. I'm sure after Red saw the villagers run here that Red's going to have an idea there's villagers here. This is epic. Now let's see if Red's paying attention. Obviously this is being focused on. And wow, Red pops out. And now the gate's open as well. So now the man-at-arms follow. Now, Teal did have the right idea to make some archer units. But unfortunately, you know, archer ranges have gone down. Okay, we have the town bell rung. Man-at-arms are going to go down to the TC. Again, it's just so much pressure. And by the way, Red has killed 12 villagers. Red is not ahead by 12 villagers. Red has basically not produced villagers for the last 5 to 10 minutes. Like, Red is full focused on this army. So it's very easy to think, oh my god, Red must be a much better player. Red hasn't created a villager for 12 minutes of this game. Is there a chance for Red, though? Certainly. And Teal's going to make an archer range here to block this off. Now, again, I think what you would need is siege next to your TC. Your TC would hopefully kill the man-at-arms. The siege hopefully takes out the Rams. This is ridiculous. There is one villager here. But okay. Let's see. Choo, choo, choo. Choo choo. Sorry, I don't really have much of a voice from all the dancing at the wedding this weekend. I was living it up. Let's just put it that way. But this town center, it's on the edge of the map, is being rammed down, and Benjamin has no answer to this. This is an epic strategy. The forgotten bonus of the Cumans. The commitment at 730 elo. The domination. Can you imagine how good Red must feel right now? This is epic. I love this. I wish we could see more of this. Maybe we are seeing more of this at low elo, and I just haven't been investigating enough games. But the GG is called. Respect, by the way. Wait. Okay, Benjamin called the GG. Whatever. Sorry, my mind was all over the place. Respect to Teal for calling the GG there. I think there's a lot of people out there who might be frustrated and embarrassed if they get rammed down like this, and they might just immediately leave the game without giving the GG. Absolutely love the fact that we saw that. Even a well played in there would have been deserving for Red, because Red's gameplay was awesome. But yeah, I mean, it ends up working. And I'm honestly surprised that we don't see this more at lower elo after seeing this. Because if you go back to when the Rams came in, shoot, what time was that? Okay, so I talked about it many times in my cast. Like, players kind of go to Feudal Age, figure it out, get to Castle Age, figure it out, and then they usually boom, right? Like, Teal makes it to Castle Age. Teal doesn't have a plan for military. This is very common at low elo. So you don't have a plan for military and you make it to Castle Age, and then there's Rams and Man-at-Arms. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to stop that. I think, like, once the Rams hit the gate, I think the way you save yourself here, and it's not easy, is the second you see this, you drop a Siege Workshop, and then you just have the Siege next to your TC. Obviously, when everything arrives, you're going to want to garrison your town center, and then the Siege will hit the Rams, and, you know, it will be awkward if the Man-at-Arms go to take out the Siege, but if the Man-at-Arms go to take out the Siege, your town center fires there as well. Someone else had mentioned Knights, and that's not as easy as the Siege, right? Because you don't have a barracks yet. So yeah, Knights could be decent, but you would then need to go barracks, which takes time, then stable, and that takes a bit longer. And then you got to produce the Knights as well, obviously. And then there's the whole question of, like, do you have the eco setup for Knights? It's just, when you get smashed in the face, man, it's really hard to know what to do. Teal was creative with blocking off the walls. I thought it wasn't, like, a bad idea to buy a little bit of extra time. But overall, like, Teal really had no clue on how to stop that. That was the perfect game right there. Here's the KD for you. Obviously, Red killed a lot of units, 29 kills and 4 losses. By the way, my cat is still screaming outside of my door, has been doing so for 20 minutes. I can't let the cat in here because the cat's going to chew on a wire and then look at me as if, like, what? Are you going to pet me now? Are you going to pet me, T90? My cat doesn't call me T90. But yeah, there's the resources collected for a player who did idle the TC a lot there. Pretty good eco because the villagers were alive and they weren't running around. 9,700 resources collected versus 6,900. Nice. And then there's the APM. I mean, there's a clear difference in what the players were focusing on. You had Benjamin at 17 actions per minute with eco. A lot of that could have been clicking the villagers at the start, apparently. I don't know why it's so high there. Maybe here is where we saw all the villagers clicked to some of the boars and the berries. And then this is obviously where the villagers were running. Red didn't care. Red probably didn't look back at his own economy for the last 10 minutes of that game. It was all about the destruction in his base. Well played.